Major Slack videos.
Alright, so here we are back at the launch pad. This is where the bank is located. And I've taken the trouble to dump everything in my inventory into the bank, with the exception of equipped weapons. Okay, so that is everything. 100 items. Let's make this quick and painless. This is my new sorting method. Basically, I'm going to take out all weapons according to type. So I'm going to start with the SMGs. Let's take out all the SMGs. Okay, and we'll sort. This way it'd be a lot easier to figure out what's redundant and what we actually need. Okay, so sort by SMG. This is my baby here, the People's Brewery. Underbarrel does plus 75% fire rate, so the DPS on this comes out to 391 DPS. So that's what everything else is being measured against. This one right here. This I kept for like testing purposes. So I'm gonna just send this to the bank immediately. This is my old state brewery. I kept that for demonstrational purposes, but we no longer need that, so I'm gonna junk that. This is something new. Flamethrower. Regular damage and underbarrel flamethrower. This is going to be upstaged by the flame blaster on my shotgun, so this is junk. Taser, definitely keep that. Aching infestation, Ripper. No bells and whistles, I'm going to junk that. Crepuscular ephemeris. Shock and corrosive damage. This could be useful. Let's keep that. Painter. Launches a cryo grenade, otherwise it does regular damage, and this is going to be upstaged by a cryo shotgun that I have that just really kicks out the damage. So this is junk. And no bells and whistles. Junk. Alright, so let's junk that. That leaves us with, should be 3 SMGs. I probably have 1 extra. Yep, 3 SMGs. Perfect. That's it. Alright. Next. Sniper rifles. Wait a minute. Let's see what this epic is. It is an armor shield. Power booster. Nope. Back away. Don't like power boosters. And the submachine gun with corrosive and fire. Alright. Sniper rifles. We have 4. Let's take them all out. Okay, the benchmark is my Jacob sniper rifle here. 363 raw damage. We got 5 here. The order does 198 damage, can be charged up to fire 5 shots, which would be 1,000 damage, used along with my amp rep kit. That would be like 3,000 damage. Yeah, this already has a star. This is very useful. This is very useful. Already has a star. This already has a... Yep, that's right. And this is basically the new one. Doesn't measure up. Junk. Okay, we're keeping everything else. Next. Assault rifles. We've got 9. Let's yank them all out. Okay, let's take a little look-see here. Assault rifles. Basically, I want it by DPS. So let's see if this drop-down list is going to work. No, it's not. This is a glitch where the drop-down list doesn't stick open. I have occasionally fixed this by resetting the filter. Or exiting. Setting the filter again and then resetting it. So let's set it to assault rifle. Doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so let's go through one by one. Collectivist Gruppergrack. Okay, so its particular forte is its underbarrel's a shotgun. Let's see if that is okay, so the Gruppergrack is full auto. Underbarrel has a cooldown, I think. Yes, it has a cooldown. So let's see the cooldown time. Cooldown time. 11 ammo after 14 seconds. That is respectable. And the damage on that shotgun is pretty good. This is definitely a field tester. Let's put this in tag group 1. So any weapons that I want to take into combat, in field test and combat, I'm going to put as tag group 1 so I don't forget to test them, because there's some weapons I've been keeping around for, like, you know, level after level, and they just hang around and I never get around to field testing them. So this is my new system. Just put it in tag group 1 and then I automatically know when I go into combat, those are the weapons I want to field test. Next, assault rifle. You've been tagged. Organizing Buzzy Muzz. This is pretty much the same as this. Underbarrel of shotgun, so let's compare the two. Gruppergrack has higher DPS. The Buzzy Muzz has higher damage per shot on the shotgun. Gruppergrack has a bigger clip. Higher accuracy. I'm going to have to go with the Gruppergrack. Okay, so Buzzy Muzz, you get junked. Next, Torg with gyro jets, sticky gyro jets as an underbarrel. We got another Torg here. Same thing, so these two are identical. Which one is better? In effect, I think both of these are junk, because I'm not that enamored with sticky gyro jets anymore. And on top of which, these Torgs are semi-auto, which means what I call high maintenance. Yeah, see, like, I have to really slam on the mouse button to fire. And the sticky gyro jets, they blow up when you reload. That was useful in an earlier boss fight, but like I said, I'm not really that excited about these anymore. So I think I'm going to junk both of these. That is not to say that they're junk, it's just that I find them redundant. Next, assault rifle. Will you organize by DPS now? That's annoying. Okay, so this is definitely a keeper. We've already tested this. This is great. Let's just send this to the bank. That we're testing. Shotgun underbarrel. Okay, so this is a Jacobs. Another Jacobs with no underbarrel. Both of these are semi-auto. And finally the Unseen Rougarou, which is a champion, the double flintlocks. You just saw this in action in the boss fight. The double flintlocks fires twin musket barrels that deal 536 times 2 damage, basically 1,000 and change damage, which can be amped up to 3,000 damage. So this is the keeper. The other two are redundant. This is redundant. And underbarrel shotgun, even though this does more damage than the SMGs, Once again, it's semi-auto. So mind you, it's got a nice scope, but it's got a lot of kick. This is what I call high maintenance. If I was going to keep it, it'd be for the underbarrel, and the underbarrel's got a cooldown time, and we already have an SMG with a shotgun underbarrel, so on that reason alone, I'm gonna junk it. It's redundant. Okay, so and this dataless. This is out of the question, since its secondary fire uses SMG, and I've already got a big strain on my SMG ammo supply. So this offers no value whatsoever. That gets junked. Right, that's it. That's it for the assault rifles. It's junk. Sell equipped. Okay, and that leaves us with... should be 3. The Vladoff, the Legendary, and the double flintlocks. I think I sent the Legendary to... yep, just 2, because I sent the Legendary to the bank. And this we already know, and this we're going to field test. Alright, so that's that. Next, shotguns. We got 11. Let's yank them all out. We already know about the lead balloon. That's part of my Unleash Hell combo. See a previous video on the walkthrough for more information on that. Let's just take out... this we're definitely keeping. I'm going to take that out. That's all of them. Okay, so the benchmark is the cryo shotgun. This thing right here, the scraping weld worm. I'll just show you that in action right now. This thing is nuts. Fully auto. Ripper, cryo damage. Okay, and it's got 240 DPS plus cryo. Cryo is effective against flesh and strong against armor. So this is very useful. All the other shotguns have to measure up against this. Okay, so this is the Flame Blaster. Definitely keeping that, but I think there's another one here. Yeah, that's the old one. This is the new one. Better DPS. Better flame blast damage. Not as good accuracy, not as good reload speed, but we can deal with that. So this is the new guy. This guy gets junked. Thank you for your service. You are honorably discharged. Next. Oh, no, don't even look at it. Don't even look at it. You go blind. It's a TDR. Another Torg with sticky gyro jets. Once again, I find sticky gyro jets are they're redundant for me now. Even though they're good. That's not to say I don't like sticky gyro jets. I did use them. I put them to good use on the horse boss fight earlier on the walkthrough, but I find these are redundant now. Keeping that definitely. Okay, so we got a couple Malamons. Let's just clear the inventory here. Deal with the Malamons. Okay, so we got 4 Malamon shotguns. This one's the Beam Tosser. I took this out into combat, and I'm simply not impressed with that. I know some of you really like Beam Tossers. I don't like them. I really don't find them that effective. I don't know, they travel too slowly. In Borderlands 4 gameplay, it's just way too fast for this to be effective. And I mean, it would make more sense if it was inverted. So it went like that. So there was kind of like a spread. So, I don't know. I don't like him. Sorry. Just my personal opinion. Next, this radiation and fire. Let's inspect it. Always inspect your weapons. Okay, so fire is very strong against flesh, and radiation is normal against flesh and very strong against shield. So this would be a good human buster. And radiation is the kind of damage that spreads to other enemies. So against humans, this needs to be tested in combat. So let's give this tag group 1 and we'll test that later in combat. As usual, Malawans, slow bullet speed. Let's test a slow bullet speed, but it compensates by kicking out the elemental damage. This has a whopping 339 radiation and a whopping 521 fire damage. This definitely needs field testing. Definitely. Okay. Back to shotgun. We're looking at the Malawans. This is perfect for bots. Actually, no. This is not that great of a combination. Okay, so corrosive is obviously very strong against armor, but very weak against flesh and shield. Cryo is normal against flesh, strong against armor. So what we have is two elements that are both strong against armor. So these elements are basically redundant against one another. So this shotgun is basically wasting its underbarrel or alt fire potential. It's got fairly good DPS, but see, now this one would be better. Yeah, see, this makes a lot more sense. See, against those bots that typically have a blue bar and a yellow bar. So use the shock on the blue bar and then use corrosive on the yellow bar. Okay, so very strong against shield and very strong against corrosive. So this is a much better fit. So that definitely gets, yeah, I want to field test that in combat as well. But the other one is just redundant. The elemental damage types are redundant. Shotgun. So what was that other one? Yeah, corrosive and cryo. Sorry, buddy. And I think that's all the Malawans. Oh, and this thing here, I forgot. I totally forgot about this. This is insane. I can't believe I overlooked this. This might have been useful in the Primordial Guardian Inceptus boss fight. This thing here. The underbarrel has a spread launcher that fires a spread of grenades that deal a whopping 1,600 and change damage each times 5. That's like 8,000 damage on one shot. Let's take a look at that. The only thing about it is it's only got one in the clip before you have to reload. Okay, so it's the Jacobs. Kicks out 160 damage normally. Only one in the mag. Fortunately, reload speed is fairly respectable. But the underbarrel. Okay, it's a spread, but against a large enemy, that's 8,000 damage. I can't believe I forgot to test that against the Primordial Guardian. Anyways, so definitely give that a tag 1. So we don't forget to test it in combat. And I believe that's all the shotguns. My notes say I should have 5 left over. Oh, here, we don't need this. This is super redundant. I don't need a shotgun that dips into my SMG ammo supply. That's out of the question. So that gets junked, and that should bring it down to 5. Shotgun is at 5. Very good. Okay, next. The grenades. I shudder to look at how many grenades I've got. There's always a ton of grenades. Type. Grenade 17. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Let's make this quick and painless. There we go. This is 2 rows and 3 and change. Take them all out. Okay, that's all the grenades. We can send the 2 legendaries back right away because I already know I want to field test them. Grenade. Rarity. Okay, so you guys are going back. Alright, so we can junk all the commons because there's not enough, well, not enough, rather no bells and whistles on them. So junk, junk, and junk. Let's take a look at the greens. These 2 TDRs, they're both satchel charges. I have way better satchel charges. I have this, I have this, I have this. So these are redundant. They just don't have enough bells and whistles on them. So they get junked as well. Concussive Seeker, Concussive Knockback Force. This is interesting, but once again, not enough bells and whistles. The bar for grenades is very, very high. This, I automatically know I'm not going to be able to, not going to use it because I have this satchel charged cryo grenade, which is just nuts with an artillery payload. Let me just show you what, in case you're new to this walkthrough, this is what this does. This has been a champion for everything. I forgot to use it in the boss fight. I'm not sure if it would have been useful though, actually. Did I just blow something up there? Yeah, so that's why that cryo grenade automatically gets junked. Same with this here. I have a turret style corrosive grenade in here somewhere. Let me just jump these. Okay, so grenade, then rarity. Alright, and yeah, 3 charges, but I have this corrosive, this thing right here. Lingering payload spawns 4 rotating beams. You saw me use this in the vault run. Same thing. Absolutely devastating. And it does this. So all my corrosive grenades have to measure up against that. If you can't do that, sorry, I'm not interested. Okay, so I know you have 1 extra, but you get junked. And you are a cryo grenade. Once again, you don't measure up to my satchel charge, so you get junked. Lots of cryo grenades. Same thing with this one. That's pretty much all of them.
Let me take that off your blood-soaked hands.
Okay, and my notes say I should have 6 left over. That is correct, Mundo. Next, heavy weapons. Probably got a ton of heavy weapons as well. Eight. Let's take them all out. And I know some of them are going to keep right away, and some are going to jump right away. The Rainmakers perform like champions in boss fights. Okay, so these three of these golubs here, I'm gonna junk those. I might want to take a look at that. And you know what? While we're waiting for grenade, or for heavy weapon cooldown times to expire, while we're testing them, let's take out all the pistols and test those as well. So pistols, 7 pistols. Let's take them all out. Okay, so in case you're curious what this golub looks like, it's nothing special. It doesn't have any bells and whistles. It's got 3 of them. Wait for the cooldown time to come up. It's only 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 6. A few seconds. Alright, so the golub, I got 3 of these. We're going to junk them all, but this is what it looks like. 571 DPS. 143 damage per shot. You got 12 shots, and the fire rate's pretty good. But we have way better heavy weapons, so that's what that looks like in case you're curious. Just gonna junk all those. Okay, so we got 3 of them. Junk. 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 This is nuts. 1000 DPS. Basically, with heavy weapons, what I'm looking for is the payload, the damage payload. And what I mean by that is how much damage it can dish out before it's empty, and then you have to wait for the cooldown time. So this damage payload is nuts. This is like 160 times 25. I believe that comes to around 4,000 damage payload. That's a lot of damage. These Rainmakers, they perform like champions. Definitely keeping that. Likewise. This needs testing. This looks interesting. Definitely going to put that in tag group 1. And same here. I like to keep a heavy weapon of each element, because they're very useful in boss fights. This here, the blasting shoot. Let's hook that up. Cooldown time looks pretty long. 45 seconds, that's respectable. Okay, and while we're waiting for that, let's field test some pistols. Okay, Playful Lotus with shock damage and a turbine cleaver. This could be a good backup shock weapon. Let's take a little look at it. It is semi-auto. I don't like semi-auto, but that's to be expected with a pistol. Nice scope. Yeah, it could be a good backup shock weapon. Underbarrel is this cleaver. Only 1, and then the cooldown time is 20 seconds. That's respectable. Okay, so let's put that in tag group 1. Field test it. Good backup shock weapon. And still waiting for the heavy weapon cooldown time. Let's try another pistol. Same thing. Corrosive damage. This could be a good backup corrosive weapon. It doesn't have a scope. Holds nice and steady. I like that. Underbarrel is supposedly some magnum rockets. It could be very useful. That definitely gets tag group 1. Field test that in combat. How's our heavy weapon doing? It's ready to go. Okay, so what's your particular forte? The blasting shoot. No elemental damage, 6 in the mag, 45-second cooldown time, 600 damage per shot. Let's take a little look-see. Not bad. Not overly impressive, but not bad. Okay, Next heavy weapon. Those are being junked. The hydrated split sitter. Let's get this cooldown time happening. Okay, that's 40 seconds. Alright, so this pistol is definitely being kept for combat field testing. Combat field testing, combat field testing. Another Torg with Magnum rockets. This has Magnum rockets and it has corrosive damage. Fires a rocket that does 599 damage. Now, like, that's not that impressive. If it's, let's see if it's like... kind of an awkward scope. What about the underbarrel? DPS is 175, 115 per shot. Semi-auto. 66 accuracy. I'm going to have to say no. It's redundant. Nothing special. Okay, what do we got here? Playful Lotus. Another sticky gyrojets. 6 in the mag. Once again, redundant. I'm going to junk this. Yep, don't even look at it. Make it go blind. An order pistol. No bells and whistles. Even charged up, it's going to dish out 300 damage. Most of our shotguns can outperform that. That gets junked. Likewise. And that's all the pistols. Just junking it up here, boss.
Let me guess. Pistol.
Alright, so is our heavy weapon ready? 7 seconds to go. Wow. Okay, so what's your particular forte? Pretty good cooldown time. 25 in the mag. Each shot does 160 damage. So we're looking at... I think this comes out to 4,000 damage. That's 160 times 25. 160 times 25. 4,000 damage payload. Let's try it out. Oh, it's a Rainmaker. You are definitely hard. We're definitely field testing you in combat. Most definitely. Is that all the heavy weapons? Okay, so this has been upstaged. Totally upstaged. This one here. Dishing out 600 per shot and it's only got 6 in the mag. Now, you've been junked. Sorry, you've been upstaged. Keeping that, definitely keeping that. We didn't actually look at this, but I don't want to field test this, but let's see if we did all the pistols. Yep, all the pistols are done. Okay, so while waiting for this heavy weapon to recharge, let's move on. Rep kits. I think I got a ton of rep kits too. Yep, 13. And I'm full up. There's some I already know that I want to keep. For example, that one. Send that to the bank. And I can put something in slot number 4. Just throw that in for now. You. Alright. Rep kits. Organized by rep kit and rarity. Rep kit. Rarity. Start at the bottom. Releases a nova. I don't like things that release novas. I find them annoying. On use releases a nova. Just for posterity, let's take a look at it. Okay, so it's equipped. Every time you use it, it releases a nova. What does that look like? Meh. Not particularly excited. It's too bad. This has a spectacular cooldown time. And it only takes 6 seconds to charge. So the total cooldown time is 15 seconds. That's including, because rep kits that take that have a heal over time. See, heal over time. You have to wait for the heal over time to finish before you can use them again. Nevertheless, no bells and whistles. This is interesting. All the heal is in heal over time plus leech. This okay, level 11, this is something I've been meaning to field test in combat for the longest time, and I just keep forgetting. So that definitely gets tag group 1, so don't forget. Standard quick charging scabbard. Oh yeah, this is my old amp rep kit. Definitely keeping that, unless there's something that upstages it. Splat rep kits, I'm not particularly excited about these. I tried a few of them. This basically means that if somebody is within melee range, they get hit by the splat. That's just too situational for me, so that gets junked. Another amp rep kit. On use grants increased damage of the next shock by 200%. Now this has all the healing power in heal over time, which is a little worrisome. And the cooldown is 23 seconds. So basically the total cooldown time is 33 seconds. I'm assuming. Let's just verify that. I don't think the cooldown starts until after the healing is over. Okay, looking at the bottom left corner of the screen, we're going to wait for it to... Okay, and our heavy weapon is ready. This is the radiation heavy weapon. Strong against shield, normal against flesh. 4 shots, each shot does 953 damage. Has to be charged. Huh. Oh, that happened so fast I didn't really get a chance to... Okay, well, we've got that in tag group 1 anyways. Alright, so back to this rep kit here. This rep kit is ready. As you can see, it's not the cooldown. Now the cooldown time is charging, you see? You see what it did? It waited until the heal over time part was over and then the cooldown started. So that's, I think that's the proper way to look at these. you add the heal over time. Actually, I'm gonna have to look at this in the video editor just to see if that came out to 10 seconds. Pretty sure that's the way it works. Nevertheless, my old amp, this has a ridiculous cooldown time. And 268 healing. So total cooldown time is 19 seconds, even waiting for the heal over time effect. So I don't know. Nevertheless, let's put this in tag group 1. I have to test this in combat. This is interesting. This order rep kit has 2 charges and it has 182 instant heal. So technically I could, if I could use it. See, this would be testing my theory. Does it have to wait for the heal over time to finish, or can you use it right away? Let's try it out. It's ready to go. Looks like you can. So there's 2 charges. Each does instant 182 heal. Let's see if you can use them both right away. Yes, you can. This would be incredibly useful. That would be like pretty much instant healing, 360 health. And we have 343 health. I could instantly heal my entire health bar. This is very useful. You definitely get favorited. Actually, let's test you in combat as well. Okay, so I'm not junking very many things here. I'm going to pass on this. I don't like Novas. I find them annoying. This is the one I just tested. Has 2 charges. Wait a minute. Do I have 2 of these? Ah, this does leech as well. Wow. I do have 2 of these. So this one's obviously better. Although unused grants increase reload speed by 25% for 8 seconds. That's highly situational, so this gets junked. Two charges. 153 instant heal. This is another one. So technically you could have reduced damage for 50% reduced damage for a total of 16 seconds if you like timed it well. Let's put that in tag group 1. That needs to be combat field tested. This is another one I've been meaning to test for a while as well, so let's put this in tag group 1. This is redundant. We have better. Not enough bells and whistles. This is too highly situational. Unused grants an increase all damage dealt by 30% for 8 seconds. And note, all damage taken by plus, it like increases the damage you take by plus 15% for 8 seconds. That's absolutely a no.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find a use for this somehow.
Alright, so that leaves energy shields and armor shields. How many rep kits did that leave us with? 6 rep kits. They've all been tagged. 6 energy shields. That we can't use. I forget where I got that. That's the legendary I just got. Not sure I'm going to use it, but I'm just going to keep it because it's a legendary. Okay, so that's the one I just got. Nucleosynthesis. When an energy shield breaks or fills, it triggers a nova that deals 866 damage. Once again, I really don't like novas. It's got a respectable capacity though. When equipped, grants 30% shield recharge rate. So 193 per second and 879 capacity. This thing will recharge completely in under 5 seconds. But it has a regen delay of 4.5 seconds. Too bad. I don't know. I'm going to keep it just because it's a legendary. Keep it as a collectible, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Okay, so you go to the bank. Brimming. When energy shields are full, regenerates 14 health per second. I already have a pacemaker legendary shield that does pretty much the same thing. But it regenerates health all the time. Strike that. That's a pacemaker rep kit. The issue I have with this is the capacity isn't that great. My current shield capacity is over 1,000, as you can see. So this is a no. Junk. Not enough bells and whistles. Capacity too low. Likewise. And that's my current. Energy shield. 622. Trigger happy when energy shields are empty. Grants a plus 28% fire rate and plus 28% reload speed. I really don't like shields that give buffs when they empty out. I mean, it's so situational. At those points, you know, I'm kind of like in a panic. You know, the last thing I want to do is like, you know, be worried about my fire rate or my reload speed. I have other more pressing issues, so that's junk.
Thank goodness. My pile of crap.
Okay, so that's all the energy shields. Let's just take a look at what we have left over. Oh, just the one. Yeah, so I didn't find anything new regarding energy shields. And finally, armor shields. All the enhancements are going to keep. They're going to require I have like, I don't know, 19 enhancements or something like that. They're going to require
Inventory
heavy
was running low.
field testing, a lot of experimenting. They all look interesting, so I'm not even going to go through them. Just going to leave them in the bank and experiment with them off camera. I believe I have a couple of armor shields hit here, and that'll be it. And as you can see, I got 16 enhancements. Keeping them all, not even going to look at them. I'm going to have to experiment with them off camera, and I'll bring you the news on them later on in the walkthrough. For now, we just have 2 armor shields left to go. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to... Where are they? Did I take them out? Oops, I forgot to take them out. One is the fireworks shield, so I'm definitely keeping that. Yeah, definitely. And this is... When shield is empty, grants plus 28% gun handling, which I believe is glitched for now. Apparently gun handling slows down your bullet speed. And plus 15% movement speed. Once again, I don't like shields that get busts when they empty out, so that's junk.
Come back alive.
There you go. Weapon sorting session. Quick and painless. That's my new system. Go by weapon type instead. Previously I was just sorting everything, like mishmashing everything all together and sorting by rarity and then going through all the, you know, going from common all the way up to the best. but I believe this is a much better system. Sorting by weapons first, then rarity. So we're done here, and I have a couple of extra hitchhikers here and there. I'm not sure what, but I'll figure it out off camera. There you go. Big business for you guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment. Wait a minute. What do we got here? We have, hello, a totalitarian brewery. I don't think this is going to give my people's brewery a run for its money. Okay, so there's the People's Brewery. Totalitarian Brewery. No. Nice try. You get junked.
You're welcome.
Now we're done. Hey, thanks for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Alright, next time we're going to get right back into combat. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.